A few days ago, I did that video about animation canceling, and while that's a good defensive maneuver, I wanted to try and find out some more things about offense. And I really wondered how autos actually worked. In my Jotun weapon video, I mentioned that you should auto before you use skills so you get in an instant damage hit. But I want to see if skills let you recharge auto speed or not, or if skills will interrupt autos at all. So we're going to run a few tests here, and I'll give you all the information you need. So with this guy, I got the fastest weapon in the game, and I'll cap out at 1100 attack speed. And for my little control experiment, I'm going to hit this guy for 1 minute straight and see how many hits I get in. Now I'm going to do the test again, but with Firebolt because it's an instant damage skill, and we'll see how that affects it. Our next test is going to be with Ice Shards, because it takes time to cast, and we'll see if we can auto during that cast time. So we got results for those, but we have another thing to talk about here. Lag. Lag has been long thought of as something that decreases autos because of skills having to cast and wait. So let's test that theory out. And on a computer it's actually kind of easy to cut the internet and try it, so let's give it a go. So I'm going to auto, then I'm going to cut off my internet, I'm going to cast Firebolt, wait a little bit and turn it back on. So as you see here, I'm just waiting to cast it. And we'll wait like a few more seconds. Check our results. As you see, we got all those hits there. And that means that an instant cast skill does not affect it. Now we can try it the reverse way. Let's cut off the internet and then auto. So we'll let this go for a little bit. And we'll cast a Firebolt, bring it back. And you notice that we only got 2 hits there. Which means that because we autoed after the internet went out, nothing happened because to the server, we were just standing here doing nothing. Before we were autoing, so the server acknowledged that we were still autoing before casting the skill. Now let's try the first test with Ice Shards instead, to see if cast time has any difference. And we'll do that. So you saw the stall there, right? I'm assuming that since we connected back to the server, then it had to wait for us to cast Ice Shard before it allowed us to move out of it. So it works just like a normal skill. Now I'm going to switch over to my other ult with the Ymir hammer so we can do some further testing. So we did the last test with the fastest weapon in the game. We're going to do these tests with the slowest weapon in the game, so it'll let us see our results more clearly. Now we're going to do our little control test here and see how many times we can auto in 1 minute. And we're going to also test one more thing out. We're going to see if attack speed is really in milliseconds. Because people have always said that and I believed it too. But we might as well find out for sure while we're doing it, right? Alright, let's get started. Now, we're going to try to use a pummel in between the autos to see if it resets the time for the auto to happen. So it doesn't affect our autos recharge, but let's say we use a skill that has a cast time, how that would affect it. So I'm going to cast this right when I should be able to auto. So I got the auto immediately after that, but it prolonged the auto. Alright, so we autoed there. We're going to try a few things here. Now let's see if we get an auto after all this. Alright, yeah. So our auto happened, it was just recharging, but the damage occurred. So let's try one more quick thing here. Can we skill auto skill? Alright, let's see if we can auto in between this. No? Alright, let's try again. So we should be able to auto after all this. Note the health bar. Alright, now we're going to look at all the information we gathered. Back with the knife, with just autoing we hit 47 times, but when we use skills we only hit 41. Now our attack speed with the cruel knife is 1100, and Firebolt's instant cast and Ice Shard takes a whole second, which is an attack speed of 1000 in other words. You may be asking, why are they the same? Well, when I was doing the Ice Shard test, I specifically watched for a health bar to drop before I cast Ice Shard. So maybe it was recharging while I was casting Ice Shard, and it didn't stall it at all. I don't know, I could be wrong here, but that's just my guess. With our lag tests, we know that lag saves whatever you're doing last, whether it be nothing, or autoing, or charging up skills. And it will keep having you do that, so if you're doing nothing and your internet goes out, you're going to keep doing nothing. Auto, you keep autoing, yada yada. And lag will not stall your casting, but it will make you have to cast that later, when your internet goes back on. With Ymir we hit 8 times in a minute, and we found out the attack speed is in milliseconds, because with our test, we were very close to the number in milliseconds with the attack speed. Now, skills don't reset auto recovery speed, because we'd have to wait another 7 seconds if we did with pummel. I'm not sure if skills stop auto speed recovery or not. We got some conflicting information here, because with the Ice Shard test, it seems like it didn't stop it, but with the Ymir hammer, it seemed like we were casting skills and we weren't seeing damage all of the time with that. So I'm not sure what to tell you. Take it how you want. Now I'm going to tell you a few things that I already know. The health bar will move before anything else, because the animations and numbers will only show up after the damage is taken, if you're lag free. And watching the health bar is a good tactic, except if you miss, then you're not going to notice. But you watch that if you're trying to optimize your autos, and you can auto before you use skills for that instant damage hit, kind of like pummel quick strike logic, but it's free damage and most people don't know about that tactic. And as I said in my mirror video, it's a great idea. Well, that's about all I know on autoing and all I found out recently. I hope it could be of use to you, and I'll keep my eyes out for more cool stuff like this.